this talk about funnels, getting into funnels. All right, so being in marketing, being a business owner, I'm sure there's been many times where you've heard this term, the marketing funnel. And so really want to go over what it is, why it's called a funnel, and essentially just go over how to serve communication or get people to funnel through the funnel. And so really what it is, it's different stages in your customer's journey. There's 3 parts to it essentially, and within there's going to be multiple parts, but there are 3 main chunks. You have top of the funnel, which is brand awareness. This is how someone gets introduced to you as a brand. You have the middle of the funnel, and this is more the consideration, and this is when they've been introduced to the brand, they know who you are, but now this is letting them get a chance to know what it is that you do in terms of products or services. And then you have the bottom of the funnel, and these are people that are ready to purchase. And so the reason why it's a funnel is you have the funnel that comes down this way, and so outside of the funnel you have the world. Within that world, there are different targeting that we're going to do to try and attract or find signals of what are the individuals out there in the world that might be attracted to our brand. And so that's what we do with what's called prospecting, and that's trying to find new prospects and introduce yourself as a brand and what you guys do. And so by using Facebook, Google, all the different platforms, we can identify the different areas in which we identify of your audience. And so let's say you sell swimsuits. We could target beach goers, people who frequent the beach, people that go swimming quite a bit, outdoor enthusiasts. And so we have the entire world out there. Within there are people that go to the beach quite a bit who are outdoor enthusiasts. And so we just reach out to them and say, hey, I'm brand XYZ and I have swimsuits. And so what we do is target those people and then drive them to the top part of the funnel where now they've been introduced to the brand. And so you have the world, the top part of the funnel, and the people that actually know you. That part of the funnel is a lot smaller than what the world is. And so now when they've actually known about you, the goal is to try and get them to want to consider you or even think about purchasing. And so now that they've been to your website, engaged with your social media, the next part is driving them down to the consideration. And so now you have the top of the funnel, you have all these people in there. You're not going to get everyone to want to purchase from you or travel down that. And so essentially, if you have 100 of those people and only 70 want to consider buying from you, that's a little bit smaller of a group of audience. And so essentially, it's getting a little bit smaller. And so that's naturally why a funnel is created. You have the world, you have a certain percentage of those people that will be introduced to the brand. From there, you have a certain percentage of those people that'll even be considered buying from you or purchasing from you or even want to associate themselves with your brand. And then down to the actual purchase part, only a percentage of those people. So continually going down the funnel, it's a percentage of that audience. And so naturally, it's just getting smaller and smaller, which creates a funnel-looking object. And so I want to go over different tactics that you can do in each part of the funnel and how you can get people to get down to the bottom part of the funnel and essentially get them to purchase. And so going through the top part of the funnel. And so when you reach out to people on Facebook and social media and Google and all that, you're trying to reach different audiences, and through these platforms you can target different audiences. And so it's a matter of, I know that you're a beach goer. I know that you go to pool parties. We know that you do these things. And so what can we do or say to get in front of you that's going to get you to want to see our brand and want to actually engage with that ad and be driven to the website? And so it's really different messaging on introducing yourself. Think of this as the introduction. This is where a lot of agencies, a lot of businesses kind of misstep or fail at, because at the very beginning you see nothing but buy here, shop now, everything that signals or messages to purchasing from me. Now think of actually going into a store or whenever you're trying to purchase something. Before you know someone, you're probably not going to buy from them. There are going to be times where that happens and you're going to get those sales, but if you were to reach out and shake their hand and introduce yourself, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, chances are you'll grab their attention and they'll want to actually listen to you. Whenever you have their attention now, it's a matter of, okay, I have your ears, or I have your attention. Here are all the different products I have, and this is why you should consider looking at them. And to do this, it's highlighting the different services, products that you offer, but using the data to kind of figure out what it is that these people are interested in. And so as you use Google Analytics or whatever analytics platform you're using, you can really see where people have gone, what pages people are spending more time on, and start building audiences around this type of engagement. And so as they're browsing the site, considering worth buying, you can then identify all the different products or services that they're interested in. And this is the consideration, the middle part of the funnel. Now going down to the bottom part of the funnel, I know that they've been to 4 pages on our site, but only 2 of them they're actually engaging with. Now I've identified these people as they're more likely to buy that product or service. So now it's a matter of messaging. I know that you like product X or service Y. What do I need to communicate to you to get you to go, hey, I need this now? And typically it's going to be pricing, it's going to be reviews, it's just going to be more value of why that person would want to buy it. And so once you've identified them as in that consideration phase, it's coming up with messaging on, we have 10% off, or you can save X amount of time by going with this service, or producing videos that show that person or showing someone that's similar to them, that audience, using that product or service. And so, for example, if they're a young couple, you can show a couple having fun at the beach in the swimsuit, and by putting them into this creative, it makes them, oh wow, that could be me, and it creates those emotions that get them to want to buy. And you're doing that not by saying, hey, buy this, but getting them excited because they see themselves. You're tying your messaging to their emotions and knowing what it is that they do, what they like, what products that they're interested in, and producing creative that really speaks to them, all while not saying buy now. And so when we get to the very bottom of the funnel, this is when remarketing and creating audiences comes into huge play. Is you can take all these audiences and what they're doing and essentially target them on search, so that whenever they go to do that search, or they're going to the beach or whatever it is and they need a new swimsuit, cheap swimsuits, whatever keywords they're using, we can ensure that our brand or your brand is in front of them whenever they do that search, ultimately leading to that sale. Sure, we know they go to the beach, they do all that, but they might not be at the point to where they're ready to buy. And by leveraging the different parts of the funnel and using data to identify what it is they're doing and they're liking, we can then message them on search, and chances are there's a higher chance that they'll actually purchase from you because they've engaged with the brand. You've been able to relate to them. You'd never once ask for a sale without them wanting to buy, and so you're not pushing them or being a pushy salesperson. Where a lot of mistakes are made is just in the messaging and identifying where they're at. So much budget and so many dollars are wasted on reaching brand new people that never even heard of you and asking for the buy, or they might see that by your brand name or whatever it is, cool, I might be interested in, I'm not going to buy, but they clicked on the ad just to see who you are. And then once they get to the site, they haven't looked at any products, they've only been to the homepage. You immediately go, buy from me, without trying to provide value. And so it's really identifying, one, who all is out there in the world and what different audiences might resonate with your brand, and identifying those. Once you identify those different target audiences, it's a matter of how can I introduce myself, or how can I position myself to say hello to you, to get you interested in even what we do. Once you say the hello and they engage with you, it's here, look at everything I have to offer. These are all the different products, services. And once you can identify through analytics what they're actually engaging with on your site and across social media channels, that's when you get to the actual purchase or the ask to buy. But essentially, all you're doing is identifying different parts of where the customer is in their journey to actually purchasing, identifying those different areas and how we can message. Once you can perfect that and communicate clearly through the entire funnel, your ROI increases quite a bit, just because think of it in real life. And I think this is where a huge discrepancy is people think just because it's digital, you need to take the real life element out of there. And it's When was the last time you were sold on something or you bought something, and think about the path you took? You had to research what it's about. Why are other people using it? And by actually identifying that and communicating through that, you can drive so much more value, which takes a lot less dollars if you can actually not just say buy, but figure out what the customer needs or what your prospect needs to actually purchase. And if you can have empathy and figure out, hey, they're price conscious, or they need XYZ. Once you can figure it out, what is preventing them from buying, you can communicate that and then bring them down to the ultimate bottom part of the funnel, and that's where the purchase happens. And so really the biggest piece of advice that I'd say comes out of this is, are you asking for a sale way too early? Have you even introduced who you are to people before asking for that buy? And I'd say take a step back and say, how are we messaging first-time users? How are we introducing our products to people that have been to our website and haven't seen any of our products? What type of ads are we throwing out there? What creative are we showing? What is the copy that we're saying? And really taking a step back and looking at what you would need to make a purchase. Pretty sure most of the time it's not going to be right when someone comes up to you, hey, buy this, are you going to buy? Sure, it happens, but you need some value on why you should buy, and really think through that and what it's going to take to communicate that and actually execute on that plan. And so once you can find it and the ROI is there, it's a matter of then just expanding on that, and that's how you really scale your business. So keep that funnel in mind. Now you know a little bit more about that. Look to see how you're leveraging digital marketing to fuel your prospects through the funnel.